name is Taru Toivonen. I'm a lecturer of Helsinki Business College, LTD, and I've been working with different kind of students already for nearly 40 years. And I'm pretty happy about it, and I enjoy my work a lot. And also I have done my PhD of economics and as well as for health sciences.
And I'm Helena, and I work in the business college as well, and I'm development specialist, and I do mainly development project. I have done that, let's say 25 years already now. And my background is in business administration. Business College was established in 1881, so it's a very old school.
Well, our co-founders like Fatser and Stockman and Baulig and Victorek. And nowadays we have over 100 teachers, and the whole staff is about 150.
Our students, we have 3,200. 32% of students of immigrant background, which is special in Finland.
We have younger students as well as adults. Also, we have becoming a new school for us, which is International Business College Helsinki, and we are working really hard for it.
Concept of cultural competence means to us mainly respecting different people from different cultures.
And for me as a teacher, it means our global understanding about differences.
And when it comes to work effectiveness, for example, it's much more effective to work with different people. They have their different ideas, and it's much more fun and smart and great.
Okay, we're dealing with cultural classes and students which are international. We have really open-minded atmosphere there, and I think everybody is really happy because those studies are really high-level studies for our students, and they have possibility to continue to the even high-level studies even more in Haaga-Helia and other universities. And we haven't had those things at all. They are so open-minded, we talk a lot, and teachers are actually doing their best to keep the open mind atmosphere just going on all the time. So I feel this way.
And also we don't stick to these barriers or problems, etc. We are very solution-orientated mainly.
Well, actually what we're doing in those international classes, we lead the whole class actually to tell them their feelings about different kind of things, and that helps us actually to keep those classes open-minded. And what we want is actually that students will tell if they have any kind of a problem, they can come to us and ask about those things, even in every kind of thing of their lives.
And of course, sometimes it's harder to create this common understanding of some subject, for example, in development projects. If we do something, so we need to discuss more and in more details. How do you understand this, and why do you think that is, and etc. But other than that, there is only different people of different opinions, and we can all learn from each other's. 4 different countries there: Sweden, Bulgaria, Italy and Finland. And there were not that big differences of diversity management. There were, of course, cultural issues and historical issues, how many % of immigrant background people you have, etc., etc. But I think the main conclusion was that we do need a more common understanding and cooperation in the diversity management. It's an important issue, and all the companies, all the educational institutions, all and everybody should learn it a bit more. And the key element of diversity management we found out in this research and also the discussion with the stakeholders was that it's a cultural competence.
We wanted to show actually how important is also have the data of diversity management, doing it this way, like using research in this under this theme. And also we wanted to talk with people who are actually working in those companies, who has a lot of different people from different kind of backgrounds. And we wanted to have open-minded discussion and find out SWOT about those things, SWOT analysis about those things, what are really going inside. So from the research point of view, it's really important to have research as well.
And of course, there are these hidden races, unethical behavior in employment, incompetent leadership, attitudes, all sort of, not so very nice phenomenon around this subject. But also there are opportunities like this understanding of added value of multicultural teams, like McKinsey tells it, this cultural competence, training and better innovations, need for labor, immigration, global companies, global happiness, whatever. There are already very many positive sides of this phenomenon.
Very many our stakeholders were found that they have different kind of employers from the different kind of part of the world, and they found that the work inside their teams were really effective and very active, and it was really nice to hear different kind of people's thoughts about global mega trends and what's happening in the whole world.
Yes, it's actually from them we learned about McKinsey and how is the effectiveness of multicultural teams. So it's more effective the more multicultural is, and of course it needs to be led in a very good way. So it can be profitable for enterprises and companies for that. Also, I think there was one entrepreneur that told us when there was a small company and they wanted to expand to be a global company, what they did was that in each country they were entering, they always, employed the local people to be part of their company. So in the ones they had a global company with global people already working in there, and they say that it's very important to add different people from different countries to have these multicultural teams, more effectiveness, more profit.
And also they found that it's like a quarter win to find these people, because the employment was really close to their mind, and they finally find local people to actually, they got their needs to be done from the company side. And also it was really important that they showed whole society how does it work with multicultural themes, and that's the main part of it, and very, very important thing to tell to the whole world.
And it seems that, of course, there are a lot of different kind of companies. And for example, in countryside, some areas in Finland, it's not that common to have multicultural teams because of the history of our countries, and because we are not that, we don't have that much of people with immigrant backgrounds. But and also this negative atmosphere that we always talk about, these obstacles or barriers and etc., that it's hard to work with the people people with the different cultures and so on. So when we stick to these positive factors that it's possible and everybody can do it, and you can start with the very small steps, understanding and learn more cultural competence, and then also have, for example, diversity strategy. Just the small steps you can start, and it's easy and it's very profitable as well.
And the thing is that Finland needs really this workforce as well. So let's do it together and help all people all over the world with this matter. Global happiness is equality and finding things, doing things together, no matter what. I mean, crossing all kind of borders, and it's very important to understand different kind of people, different kind of cultures, different kind of situations, and let's keep our minds open for those things.
So it's like building a better societies. Yes. With more social inclusion and diversity. I think that's simply it. Most important component is this cultural competence, understanding different cultures and also respecting other people, other point of views.
Well, actually what we did, we made all together in this diversity management, this wonderful platform, and it's an online course for entrepreneurs, but we also tested it with adult students. For the teachers, what we did, we had a case there in Helsinki Business College that we had a course for teachers. Actually, we educated teachers first to tell them what is actually diversity management, what is cultural competence, and we had pretty good educators on those courses. And after that, teachers they told us that they will use the data in their international business classes, and that was really a success.
And we had this also in part of this education for teachers and staff. We had also this ED Intercultural Development Inventory Test, which was a test that they have developed earlier on different project with the different universities. But it was just a test how we measure our cultural competence level. And mainly people think that they are more competent than they really are. So learning is very good for everybody. Teachers, I think they like that course as well. And it's actually the basis of our DIME online platform, Cultural Competence. So
I took a part of that course, and it was amazing how does my parents affected my actually attitudes towards whole global things, and if we're dealing with diversity management and cultural competence and all these things what actually happening inside. So you actually what kind of a environment you're coming from, it's, as we all know, it's really important to understand these things as well.
Yes, and I think the most powerful tool, what I think was there, was that when we started, of course, after Corona, people were really into discuss with each other and discussing important matters. But also this training brought, when we started, it was about values, and we were consider our own values. There were like professional values, your own values, individual, and then more like universal values. What do you value the most? And you could only choose 3 of the values. And when we discuss why we choose these 3 values, actually you learned a lot more of your colleagues than before. So straight into the deep discussion. Why do you think that way? How do you think that way? And it was a great discussions. And we are all different, even we are in the similar or same cultural background.
Empathizing people, and also the matter of the global nature. They were the main soft skills. We need to see whole world with different kind of eyes and lenses, like taking care of each other.
And I remember, if I remember correctly, we did have a very similar values. So maybe that's why it's very easy to work with each others, because our values are the basics are the same. I was also having this respecting cultural and historical point of views. Also universal love. That too.
Yes.
Also to describe that all the values are important, but of course there are like personal individual values like me, and then these are the values like we more. So it's there how it describes how your attention is. Is it more me or is it for we?
If you're a teacher and you need to figure out how you launch in your knowledge about diversity management or cultural competence, I would give you an advice about talk with your colleagues how you together would better the whole situation in your own school, and also ask from the management if you could deal with different kind of matters in your developmental days and in your pedagogical cafes and whatever. So it's really there is a big need for discussion all the time.
Yeah, and it's a very good thing to start from the strategy, building a strategy, even one page. You know that this is the issue that you want to learn within next year or something, and then build a team for people that thinks that it's important, and then learn together, because these discussions also with your colleagues are very important. It's attitudes, but also behaviors, and so it's important to discuss with each other. There are a lot of literature, for example, this DIMER platform that you can find out. McKinsey is one of the best, of course, and easiest to read, but there are a lot of more as well. So knowledge, doing together, learning together, having fun together. That are the main.
Yes, and it's not good to see it only in the paper. We all know that we need action and action and action.
And a little bit dialogue in between.
And lots of fun. So the other tools in the small companies, what they use actually for dealing with this matter and dealing with different kind of cultures and different kind of things, is that they're actually arranging learning cafes for their staff. And that's really nice to have those learning cafes. Sometimes they even invite somebody to talk with them. And I even know that some companies have every week some kind of a learning cafe or cultural cafe or whatever they call it, and it's really nice to talk there with all kinds of matters.
And very good thing what we used to have also was a project dealing with sports and cultural competence. Sport is a very good way of doing things together and inclusion as well. So sporting together brings this joy and happiness to co-working as well. So it's a very good thing. Also food, we always love food for different cultures, different countries. It's a very good thing. Art, cultural, it's normally like all these kind of nice things. It's a very good way of learning.
Thank you so much for listening us. I wish you good luck for the big thing called diversity management and cultural competence. Please take care of yourselves, but listen to each others. And the most important thing is to invite yourself to the global world and do it together.